Isn't it exhausting to come out as a gay man every single time when you either land a new project, change jobs, land new clients, or simply move cities, places, and you have to introduce yourself. And if you're out and about, if you're openly gay men in high demanding careers, that can be a little bit complicated. And even if you're happy and safe, I invite you to stay in this video till the end because there are certain subconscious mechanisms that might be running in the background, even if you're perfectly confident, perfectly safe, perfectly okay with being gay. Also, I would like to hold space for gay men who don't have the luxury or safety to be out and about as a gay man, and gay men in high demanding careers who just can't come out as a gay man because there's a lot at stake. You don't know how the stakeholders might react. Maybe you are negotiating or working with a very high impact client, and if they find out that you're gay, that might cause you a deal. And that is a very important question to answer. And my hope for this video is that at the end of this video, you will know exactly how to navigate the space. Do you need to come out? When you need to come out? How you need to come out? And what are the choices if you choose not to come out as a gay man? Is it okay? So let me break it down to you. If you're new to me, my name is Eugene Perez, and I'm a registered hypnotherapist, and I work with gay men, and I'm a gay man, and I have experience working in high demanding careers. And I'm originally from Moscow, Russia. So my story of coming out is probably going to be really, really good illustration, especially for gay men in high demanding careers who may be thinking like, well, I would like to be out, but is it safe? And I'm here to actually tell you my story, my experience. So I was working as a clinical psychologist in Moscow, Russia. And as a clinical psychologist, I was working with children, with deaf children. And I also had my private practice. And in my private practice, I was working with adults. And also, I was working at the Institute of Arts for people with disabilities, and these are mostly adults. And these are three different places, right? Children with disabilities, Institute of the Art, private practice. So let's break it down. When it comes to working with children in Moscow, Russia, and that was extremely not safe. And Moscow, Russia, it's over the years, it's definitely not like a safe place for a gay man to be out. But especially when you're working with vulnerable population, especially when you're working with children. And I was making a decent income, especially as a young psychologist. I was making really good income, and that portion that I was making from working at deaf schools or local mental health centers as a clinical psychologist, that was significant. Now, that was not safe, and occasionally I would come out to my coworkers or work friends, but even then it was a high risk. With my clients that were from at the Institute of the Arts, and it's a specialized college, specialized university, or institute for people with disabilities who would like to be actors, who would like to be musicians, who would like to be art. They were creating some sort of like artists, things like that. And a lot of my clients there, they were gay, and that was probably the most ideal place to be out. And that was a very, very good place where I supported a lot of gay men there, and gay men and people from LGBTQ community. So that was perfectly safe, and a lot of my coworkers were there also gay. So even though Moscow, Russia, but the environment was rather conducive for safe coming out. For my private practice, again, with the rapport, I was working with adult clients. That was a little bit easier. Now, what about you? So I want to make it practical to you. So there's no straight answer because on the one hand, when we come out, on the one hand, it creates extra layer of safety. Let me explain. Nobody can blackmail you if they find out that you're gay. You don't have to be on DL. So you're a gay man, you're out and about. If people see you accidentally with your boyfriend, with your partner, or with your whatever, they're not going to question that. They're like, oh, he is gay. Like, must be his boyfriend. Now, when you come out, there is there's still a slight level, might be a slight level of discomfort, and that comes from our mind, and our mind is a system. So we all have sort of like multiple personalities, and it's not pathology. We all act differently in different situations. And when you come out, like let's say at work or with a client or within new social environment, your parts, like your mind system actually aims for safety always. That is instinct that we have like in our brain. Our brain is always looking for safety. And that slight discomfort that you might experience is actually some of the parts that might be activating and looking for danger, or they might like maybe you are second guessing, like, okay, is it safe? Am I not getting promoted because I'm gay? Which could be the case. I'm not saying that it is the case, but could be the case. And also how to address that. How to address how to be safe in the environment when you know that that you are safe, that you're out, that you're out in the open as a gay man. One thing that I am thinking about, and one thing that I would like to lead is what with my expertise. I don't like people to focus on my sexuality and rather what I bring to the table. So in the US, for example, when I moved to the US, I actually changed careers like later on. I built my career in mental health, a variety of roles like youth counselor, case manager, social work professional. But in tech, it was largely safe to come out. And also, I would like to bring that I am highly skilled professional. And even with my clients, when I'm working with my coaching clients, with my business coaching clients, I really don't bring up my sexuality. And I don't say on my onboarding call, hey, welcome, welcome to certainty. This is my coaching program for business professionals, for expert business. I'm gay and we're going to start coaching. Like majority of my clients, they either know or they don't, or we don't care. And sometimes it is not even an issue, like which is work on the business. But majority of my clients would know, and they were really supportive. And what is important, like it is really important to bring the value that you bring, because it's important to actually normalize this and level the field when your straight coworkers, when your straight business partners present themselves, say, hey, my wife and I, my girlfriend and I, people react to it like absolutely normal. For you specifically, yes, it is absolutely normal. And for you, you lead with your expertise. And is it not fair that you have to work harder as a gay man to actually lead with the expertise versus your other male counterparts who are straight or not gay? Well, not gay, straight. And so, yes, it is unfair, but for you creating like working relationship, it is important that people respect you for who you are. And yes, being gay is a part of who you are, but also that people see the whole value that you create. Because, and this is really important, we want to shift the attention from sexuality to the value of you as a person, because nobody thinks about your straight male coworkers, partners. What a straight man and so professional. But for gay men in our society, unfortunately, that can be a subconscious afterthought. And I absolutely honor that there are parts of the world that it is absolutely not safe to be out as a gay man. Lead with your lead with your value. Now the question, if you should come out or not. Let's talk about if you should come out or not. And the answer is you don't have to come out if you don't want to. You can create, and again, I want you to be safe. If not coming out as a gay man will put you in a vulnerable position when your employment can be denied, when something can be harmful to you if people find out that you're gay, then I would evaluate the risk of coming out versus not coming out. And again, different parts of the world are different. But the thing is, you don't have to come out, especially if it is a short-term working relationship. Like, for example, at some of my consulting projects, because I do have a lot of consulting projects that I run time to time, I don't always come out. I don't always talk about my husband and my personal life. I go, I do consulting, I consult, I deliver value, I head out. There's social media, there's this YouTube channel, there's a gay hypnotherapist Instagram account, there's my LinkedIn, there's my Eugene Berezin Instagram official account where I talk about business and I talk about my sexuality there. So if people are curious, they can find out about it. But I like for short-term engagement, I normally don't come out because it is my value that I should be valued as a professional for the value that I bring, either business value, tech value, or like my expertise in mental health. Now, if it is a longer engagement, I might come out, but not from the place of, oh, I'm gay. I say, hey, my husband and I. And it's normal. I like, oh, like that quiet part. Now, if you are in a high demanding career and you don't feel safe coming out, this message is for you. Again, when I said before, are you creating safety or are you putting yourself in a vulnerable situation? Because yes, you might lose high paying client or high paying stakeholder when they find out that you're gay. But is it true? Is that risk justifiable? Because also in high business world, right? In high profile business world, people care about how you make them money, how you bring them results, not who you sleep with. And also, that poses another question. Maybe for your future engagement, you want to select your stakeholders, your partners, your future business partners in a way that you feel safe to be yourself. That is also an option. Yes, it is extra work, but it's extra safety. And it's extra safety for you. And safety, again, our mind system is important, is looking for safety. And that and here's the thing. This is the quiet part that gay community doesn't say out loud, that even when you're out, And when you come out as gay, or you just say, hey, like this is my husband, and like to absolute strangers, your neighbors, your new coworkers, your whatever, and there's still afterthought, like you freeze, because again, generations after generations of being like, first of all, like in the history, let's look at the history. Um, uh, Homosexuality was pathologized for a long time in mental health. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It's really recently that in DSM-5's homosexuality is not any condition. Again, mental health is subjective in a way. Again, totally different topic for another video, but that's like that changes. But generations of being persecuted, being outlawed, being like the homosexuality being illegal or dangerous, or being persecuted, and in so many parts of the world, it's simply not safe to be out. That lives in your body. That activates your amygdala. This is your alarm system. And that, like, that second thought, like where your body is like maybe tightened, or maybe like it's just like you're looking for safety signal. Are they safe? Are they okay with us being gay? Are they cool? Is everything cool? That is totally justifiable. And for that, I invite you to actually address those parts. And at the end, I would like to invite you for a really quick exercise that will help you to actually invite more safety and wisdom into your life. So stay till the end. So that is one part. That is absolutely normal. And also, if you are not in a safe environment, if you're not in a safe environment, now you have few decisions to make. Either stay in that environment and navigate like life in a closet. For me, years, my partners in Russia were my brothers, or my friends, or my roommates. And everybody knew what it was about. And everybody was quiet. And it was exhausting. Especially when something did not go right. Especially when my partner would leave and we would break up. And my neighbors would ask, oh, where's your brother? Where's your roommate? I'm like, oh, like he moved. Whatever. So and that was a challenging part. And for you is to decide what is safe for you, because absolutely there are countries that are not safe. And I will never advise you to come out to be as you are. Like, I need you to be safe. Look for safety. Again, like the world is a crazy place right now, but there are places where you can be safe. And if you are in high demanding career, if you have unique abilities, look at places, countries where you can possibly relocate. For me, it was the US. And again, US is crazy right now. I absolutely acknowledge that. But look for other places that are safe for you. And I understand that it may not be the option. Also, look for communities where you can be supported. Again, Moscow, Russia, I was working in full affirming environment, like Art Institute, when majority of my clients were gay. And that was such a great practice for me as a clinical psychologist back in the day, to actually learn about men's issues in gay community, and like really provide affirming care for them. So that, and the practice that I would like to invite you to today is this. It is a quick meditation. It's not necessarily hypnosis, but quick meditation when you can actually seek advice, wisdom, and counsel from your internal counsel. So this is the exercise. This exercise is actually borrowed from And Dr. Lisa Miller, she is a clinical psychologist, and she's talking about connection between mental health and spirituality. And this exercise is called your consult. Take a deep breath, get grounded, and imagine yourself in a room where you can invite to your consult whoever you like, living or deceased, your choice. And then you can invite your higher self. And then you can invite your higher power, however you understand it, God, universe, higher intelligence. And now ask each member of that consult, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? And then ask your higher self, do you love yourself? And ask your higher power, do you love me? And now you can ask advice from your trusted consult about the safest and the most profound way for you to be when it comes to coming out. And in fact, you can use this exercise for any decision you want. And this is what I do in my hypnotherapy sessions often. We actually form the council of trusted advisors that comes from your subconscious mind and create safety. Again, if you're looking for hypnotherapy, schedule 15-minute consultation, see if it is fit for you, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.